Located at the southeast of France, Provence is well known for its folk dances, musics and songs. We will demonstrate some of the dances from this region.
Are there some other dances which are related to other aspects of life in Provence? One is the military life, about which you just now said, but there must be some other types also.
We have some dance. We will encourage to and call the rain, for example.
Okay, for inviting rain.
For inviting rain.
Okay, so
exactly.
This is a rural dance for inviting rain, for harvest, etc.
And
mostly in yes.
Yeah, this dance is called tambourin.
Mm-hmm.
So because the dancer have a tambourin in their hand and they shake it like this.
Okay.
And this is calling the sky for the rain.
Okay, so the sky for the rain. But rain often is associated either with the harvest or rain in Europe, I believe it is very cold. So it is not so much associated with romantic aspects of life. But still it is interesting that you say that in your area this dance is for inviting rain. Is it mainly in some way related to romantic aspects of life, or it is mostly related to harvesting?
It is it's mostly related to the harvest.
Okay, so
because my region is a very dry state.
Okay.
During summer, it's very dry.
Yes.
There is many fire who can start
yes,
there.
Yes, the fires
and
can
so
take place.
The rain for us is very important.
Okay, so that way the rain is important and related to the climatic conditions basically. But when it is so hot, is it not so that people feel very happy when it rains, that it becomes little colder, little
yes,
cool?
So at that moment we have another dance.
Okay, so there's another dance.
Yes.
Okay, so when the rain has already come, then that is another dance that is related to the happiness for the rain. Okay, so that is interesting. So maybe that you can demonstrate them one by one for us.
Yes, why not?
So first maybe we can go for the dance to invoke rains.
Exactly. Okay. So the tambourin.
So tambourin.
The structure of tambourin is always the same. One refrain, couplet, refrain, couplet. The refrain is I stayed on the same place, and for the couplet I have to move one at the left side and another one
to the
time
right side.
To the right side.
Right side.
And there is several steps, and I will tell you the name of the steps because they are funny. So the first one I will dance is a Chinese step.
Okay, it's called Chinese step.
Le pas chinois.
Okay, yes, so Chinese step, pas chinois. Chinese step, pas chinois.
And yes. The second one is the French step.
Okay, so there is one Chinese step, one French step. From where do you get this name?
Le pas français.
Yes, pas français, I understand. But
this is a mystery.
Okay.
We don't know exactly the reason.
Yes. So there must be some reason in history lost, perhaps. Yes. So, but it's called Chinese step. That is itself very interesting.
Yeah.
Please.
And that's the only two I will show you.
Okay.
For now.
Okay. Fine. That was pas chinois, the Chinese steps.
After the refrain, yes.
Yes,
So,
after the refrain, that was the Chinese steps.
when I move the head, the leg
Yes,
ahead,
Yes.
it is the couplet.
yes.
And after when I go left, right, so the first one was the Chinese step.
Okay. And the French step was involved, or?
Yes, when I turned the second
Okay.
time, it was the pas français tourné.
Okay, so it was Chinese steps turned around, for turning
No,
around.
French step.
Oh yes, French steps for turning around.
Yes.
Sorry. So first it was Chinese steps, and then it was for turning. After you turned around, it was French steps that came back. Okay. So that is interesting. Okay. And are there other steps also? You can tell us about them. Some names, because there must be many more steps.
So there is le pas tombé. So you have to fall down as in classical European dance.
Okay, so you have to fall down.
Yes. No, but not fall down on the ground. Huh?
No.
You have to
Certainly.
just a little bit,
Little
very
bit, yes.
subtle.
Yes. In a very subtle way, you have to show that you are
Falling.
Falling. Yes.
So there is also le rond de jambe. There is also the contretemps. And many others.
Many others, yes, of course. Dance is basically a work of feet and the way you move your feet. So, of course, there will be many, I believe, some 20, 30, 40 steps might be there, or even much more, hundreds of steps. So, that is interesting. And you said that this was for invoking the rain.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
That's why I beat my leg and like that I can shake with my tambourin.
Okay, so you are shaking the tambourin like this?
Yes.
Yes, when you are beating this. That's interesting. And now this sound is supposed to go to sky and bring the rain.
Yes, so and it's we dance it for la fête de la Saint-Jean.
Okay, so the festival of Saint John.
Exactly, which is going on the 21st of June.
So every 21st June you have this festival.
This festival, yes. It's
And 21st June is also
between the spring and the summer.
Okay, so 21st June is between spring and summer, so it is festival of that time.
Yes.
Is it also the festival of music almost the same time?
Oh yeah, it's almost the same.
Same, because 21st, 22nd June also we have
La fête de la musique.
yes, the festival of music all over France.
All over France,
All
yes.
over France. So
Right.
that date, as it was chosen, also is due to this period of the year, which is very beautiful in terms of weather conditions. Okay, and people can go out during nights, and so there may be dances, lights, etc.
And you asked me sometimes back if it was a little bit linked to the romanticism. Little bit, yes. You are right, because on the 21st of June, the tradition the tradition is like boy and the girls, the teenager, like
Yes.
16 years old,
Yes.
17 years old, they come together for this party, and together hand in the hand, they have to jump up a fire.
Okay.
So there is the fire of the Saint Jean, the Saint
The
John,
fire of Saint John.
and
yes.
young people like this
They
together.
jump together, so kind of high jump, long jump, in form of dance. Okay, and boys and girls doing it together.
with music.
With music. Sure, okay. So there may be some other varieties also you have already talked about. So tell us something more about the dances of your area.
Yeah, so after having talked of the youth, we have to talk of the adults. And so for them there is la danse de salon.
Okay, la danse de salon, sort of a ballroom dance, court
Exactly.
dance. Okay.
So these dance have some aristocratic origins. It was dance in the court of Louis XIV.
Of Louis XIV.
Louis
in the court of
XIV,
Louis
so-
XIV, yes.
Louis XIV, and also later, so from the Renaissance, 16th century to the 18th century, we have many dances that we still dance today. and so but it's not at all sportive.
Yes.
And no need to jump. It's only walk and 2 by 2.
Yes.
So it's often couples, one man and one woman. And for example, there is one dance which is called quadrille. So quadrille, 2 couples in front of and 2 other couple. So and like this they crossed.
Okay.
They change the place in circle like this.
Okay. So that is interesting. So these are the main varieties of dance that we can talk about. You mentioned about that after the rain sets in, there is also a dance. Can you just tell us something about it?
No.
No? Okay, that's all right. That's all right. Because all of us have our specializations. We cannot really discuss about all the aspects of a dance. It's such a huge subject, of course. Now we understand that. Anything else you would like to share with us about the music and the dance?
Yeah, maybe when we are kids, we dance a very cute dance.
Oh, yes.
And so it's called loupé l'amant. So loupé l'amant means in Provençal language le pied et la main, the foot and the hand. And so it's one young girl and one young boy. They are 4 years old, 3 years old, till 7, 8, and they play to argue and to fight themselves.
Okay.
Okay, it's just a play.
Yes, yes.
And every turn, so they give hand like this.
Okay.
And at the beginning, they are started.
They are something like this.
They are playing, and further the play goes, further in the violence, and after it's like this, and like this, and the man cannot do that. So he go all the men gathers together. What can we do? This girl is not honest. What can I do? And finally, they come back with a flowers bouquet to the lady.
To the lady. Okay. So these are the cultural traditions. And do they take place in some particular festivals or some really soiree or evenings?
Yeah, any evenings, any soiree, it can happen.
Okay. So basically, people plan for such parties.
Yes. It's a plan according each villages.
Okay, so each village will decide its own date, etc., and all these things. Okay, and these are the cultural traditions related to dance in that area. And each village, as you said, might have some different steps, might have some typical.
Because what is very interesting in that dance, it's alive.
Yes.
Today, if I want to create a new step, I can do it.
Okay, so that is typical of any folk forms that that you can really create.
Exactly.
So it is not a very fixed kind of dance in which you have to follow, like in classical dances. You cannot really innovate so easily. Of course, innovation takes place in every art form, but in folk forms it is relatively easier because there will be lots of variations already existing. And
nowadays, for 10 years ago now, there is a lot of competitions.
Okay, so there are competitions also between the dancing groups of villages.
Exactly.
Okay.
So and there the young dancers are very motivated to create new steps. Okay, it's especially because of the competition that we are it's become new. Yeah. We are transforming the old in new.
Okay. Are there some stories also related to the dances, that some stories are being exhibited in the dance forms, like when you say that rain god is being invoked for rains, etc.
Other stories they may have.
Okay.
So we should have some nice song.
Also, basically, they are song-based dances.
Yes.
Okay. And the songs.
No, because we can mix one dance, and after there will be a chorus.
Oh yes,
in the show. Yes. So there is some nice, very poetic songs, and one I like very much is called Magali.
Okay. So can you sing one or two lines of that for us, please?
Okay, so oh Magali, ma tante amado.
Okay. So that was nice. Thank you. We understand. Okay. Thank
It
you.
means it's a song with telling the story of a woman who doesn't want to be married to a man she doesn't know, but he is really in love with her, and he will do everything to seduce her,
to seduce her.
but she will avoid always the temptation of the boy.
Yes.
By transforming herself in so for example she says I will become a fish, and he find the parrot, I will become a fisher and I will fish you, and this kind of story.
Okay.
And at the end, because she doesn't believe him for true love, that's why she does everything, and at the end he's ready to die for her, and then she realizes, but he's really loving me.
Okay.
This is the story.
This is the story. So of course this was the tradition of the Provence, and some interesting colorful dance of Provence cultural life. We just now discussed this aspect of the Provence cultural life with Ms. Tiffen Amar. Thank you, Ms. Tiffen Amar. It was so interesting to see the dances, to hear the music that you brought to us from such far off area of France, which is not so well known even in France perhaps.
Oh, you're right.
And as you said that these are all endangered now in terms of cultural varieties in France. Okay, thank you. Thanks a lot for this nice demonstration and explanations. Thanks a lot.
It was a great pleasure for me. Thank you.